kind of work in our father's operation. He brought us both in. We're kind of doing the same with some of our kids. I mean, you basically get to work with your family every day that in a lot of other careers you can't do that.
I'm Brent Schiphoff. My wife's Jeanette. She cleans houses and she stays at home and helps farm, feed cattle. My oldest daughter, Mackenzie, is a school teacher at Sibley, Ocheyedan. Our middle boy is Marshall. He's in school now, but he's going to be a John Deere mechanic. And my youngest son, Grant, is a sophomore in high school.
I'm Ryan Schiphoff. My wife is Tracy. She works at the post office in Ocheyedan. We have 3 boys. Dalton, my oldest, works at a John Deere dealer as a parts department. My middle son works for the post office also, and my youngest son stays home and helps me farm.
We have row crop, corn and beans, and I have about 40 head of stock cows and then about 500 head of feeder cattle.
And same thing, row crop, corn and soybeans, and we have like 3,600 head in nursery.
We started in the late 90s, probably me and you on our own.
Obviously, yeah.
And Dad's farmed since 75, and we've always helped him, and he got us started. We use his equipment when we first started farming for labor, and it's just kind of grown from there. Yeah, now our kids are coming into it. So what makes me proud, I suppose, is we're for sure 3rd generation.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And just to carry on the legacy, I guess.
I would say proud to be a farmer just because of doing our best to make the safest, best product to feed the world. I mean, it's something our whole family works hard to do.
I'd probably tell the end consumer that we're doing our best to raise a safe and good product. You hear a lot of stuff that we spray way too many chemicals or fertilizers. We're not, because that's wasting money, for one, which we don't want to do, and we eat it too. I mean, the pigs, the cattle, the corn, and we want the best product for ourselves, so we're not gonna endanger you just to make money, I guess. It just provides a lot of opportunities to do things differently.
You don't have to just be a grain farmer. We can be involved in equipment and livestock and a lot of varying things to make the farm as a whole work, instead of just, grain farming. I think it creates opportunities for all of our children, we have 6 between us, to be involved in some aspect of it. They might not all 6 be able to come home and farm, but they can work in, a livestock park or help on the weekends or nights, or you can still have that whole family brought together for the farming operation.
We both worked as mechanics in John Deere shop and AGCO Alice.
You kind of get to see both sides of that coin, as the servicing side and as the customer side. Plus, it also gives us more knowledge for working on our own equipment and keeping our own operation going. I think there's a lot of, upcoming technology. There's going to be a huge draw for young people to be in the technology side of ag. I mean, it's just everything's that way. And when you get older like us, I mean, that's getting way above our pay grade. You're going to look to that younger generation to know how to service equipment and work on it. Technology, I mean, has brought in more profitability as far as, variable rate spreading and variable rate planning and all of those things where you can put less total dollars, but more of it where you need it, and things like that, that help your bottom line.
Technology has changed a lot. I mean, with auto steer and row shutoffs, and most of it's for the better. As far as fixing stuff, it's harder to fix stuff unless you have a computer, but we don't know computers or electronics as good as a Deere dealer or somebody would, or we can't fix it as easy. I have an iPad on my feeder wagon, tracks my feed every day, and I love that. The dairy I feed for, they have cow manager tags, and it'll tell you which one's sick, which one isn't eating, when they're in heat to breed them, and that's very time-consuming saver, and a lot of money can be saved on an extra guy or 2 maybe.
Proud to be a member of FCS. I mean, they've done a lot of good things as far as equipment improvements and facility improvements. I mean, good people to work with, and like I said, local guys that kind of know your operation instead of some mega company from somewhere far away. I think the ag industry is special just because of getting to work with the family aspect of it. We kind of work in our father's operation. He brought us both in. We're kind of doing the same with some of our kids. I mean, you basically get to work with your family every day that in a lot of other careers you can't do that. We do each own our own equipment separately, some land separately. So, I mean, there is a separate aspect of that too, but if there's some new technology we want to try, we'll maybe put it on, say, Brent's or on mine and try it first before we just decide, oh, every tractor on the farm is going to get this, or, something like that. I mean, it's implemented maybe at a little different pace, or he'll try one thing, I'll try one thing, and we'll decide what one of those we like better. Yeah, I mean, fungicides, insecticides, and different tillage practices. And
a lot of times we try that on our fields. We share together, and we each share a cost, to see if it works before, you go try it on your farm first, or we'll do it together mostly.
Yep.
And we get along mostly pretty good on everything. And it's hard to, when you're family, you get mad at each other, but I think you have to get along. So it might be easier to, have a fight one day and not be an employee, be a brother, and get over it, than come to a nice decision of what you want to try or what you don't.
Yeah, I mean, when I think of sustainability, I'm just looking for the future for, our kids. Be able to leave them all something that, I said we don't have enough where they all can come in and farm, but they all can benefit from the farm, hopefully, in their own way. Yeah, I mean, keep it going and hopefully grow it, and be able to bring, other family members, kids and stuff into it.
And hopefully it makes our parents proud that we've kept it going, or do a good job keeping it going, I hope.
What technological changes are you excited to add to?
Unmanned tractors, so I don't have to work with my brother anymore.
Edit that one out. Edit that one out.
Just kidding.